Breaking news from the stadium tonight as an anonymous fan foot the bill for 55,000 hot dogs, bringing that sweet tubed meat to everyone in attendance.
Free dogs! Yeah!
55,000 hot dogs? What does that even cost?
While the identity of this Frankfurter philanthropist remains anonymous, their all-beefy generosity will go down in history.
The new Mega Millions. More to win means more to give. How you spend it is up to you. Yeah!
For game odds and details, visit sceducationlottery.com.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
Calaroga Shark Media.
Pope Leo made a passionate appeal for peace in the Middle East during his weekly Wednesday general audience, calling upon warring parties in the Israel-Iran conflict to abandon aggressive tactics and embrace diplomatic solutions. The American pontiff expressed solidarity with Christians throughout the Middle East while addressing recent violence that has shaken the region. Speaking to gathered faithful at the Vatican, Pope Leo stated that he has been following recent developments in the conflict with both attention and hope. He referenced biblical wisdom, quoting the ancient exhortation that, "A nation shall not raise the sword against another nation," emphasizing the scriptural foundation for peaceful resolution of disputes. Pope Leo urged all parties to listen to divine guidance, stating, "Heal the wounds caused by the bloody actions of recent days, reject all logic of bullying and revenge, and resolutely take the path of dialogue, diplomacy, and peace." His words reflected the Catholic Church's traditional emphasis on peaceful conflict resolution and rejection of violence as a means of settling international disputes. Leo also addressed another tragic development in the region, expressing deep solidarity with victims of Sunday's attack on a Greek Orthodox church in Damascus, Syria. This assault resulted in significant casualties and highlighted ongoing security challenges facing religious communities throughout the Middle East. According to Syria's Interior Ministry, a sleeper cell associated with the Islamic State group was responsible for the attack at the Church of the Holy Cross in Damascus. The assault claimed the lives of at least 25 people, demonstrating the continued threat that extremist organizations pose to religious minorities in the region. Pope Leo offered specific words of comfort and support to Middle Eastern Christians, declaring, "To the Christians in the Middle East, I am near you. All the Church is close to you." This message of solidarity reflects the Vatican's ongoing concern for Christian communities that have faced persecution and displacement throughout years of regional conflict. The Pope characterized the Damascus church attack as a stark reminder of the profound fragility that continues to mark Syria following years of devastating conflict and political instability. He emphasized that this tragic event underscores the urgent need for sustained international attention and support for the Syrian people. Pope Leo called upon the global community to maintain its focus on Syria rather than allowing attention to drift away from the country's ongoing challenges. He stressed the importance of continued support through concrete gestures of solidarity and renewed commitment to advancing peace and reconciliation processes. As Pope Leo begins his summer retreat to Castel Gandolfo, starting July 6th, reviving a centuries-old papal tradition, we'll be adjusting our schedule accordingly. Beginning July 3rd, we'll transition to a twice-weekly format. On Thursdays, we'll continue bringing you the latest Pope Leo stories and Vatican news updates, while Sundays will feature our historical storytelling series, exploring fascinating papal tales throughout the centuries. On Sunday, Pope Leo will conduct a sacred ceremony at St. Peter's Basilica, reviving an ancient tradition that had been modified nearly a decade ago. During the celebration honouring Saints Peter and Paul, the Pope will personally place the pallium upon 48 newly appointed metropolitan archbishops from around the world. Among those receiving this sacred vestment are 9 leaders from American territories. The pallium itself carries deep spiritual significance. This circular band of pure white wool features 6 small black crosses and 3 distinctive pins known as spinulae. These elements serve as powerful reminders, representing both the thorns of Christ's passion and the nails of his crucifixion. The vestment drapes around the shoulders with fabric panels extending down both the front and back. This sacred garment symbolizes the profound connection between these church leaders and the Pope himself. It represents their shared pastoral mission as shepherds caring for God's people. The tradition extends to the Latin Rite Patriarch of Jerusalem and all metropolitan archbishops, those who lead the primary dioceses within their ecclesiastical regions. For many centuries, this personal investiture by the Pope was standard practice. However, in 2015, Pope Francis altered this custom. Instead of personally placing each pallium, he chose to bless the vestments and then distribute them to the archbishops, who would later be formally invested by apostolic nuncios within their home dioceses. This change emphasized the archbishop's connection to their local church communities. Archbishop Diego Ravelli, who serves as Master of Liturgical Ceremonies, has confirmed that Pope Leo will return to the traditional practice of both blessing and personally placing each pallium. Before the ceremony begins, these sacred vestments undergo a special preparation. They are placed near the tomb of St. Peter, beneath the main altar of St. Peter's Basilica. This placement reinforces the spiritual connection between these new archbishops and St. Peter through apostolic succession. The history of the pallium stretches back over 14 centuries. Records show that popes began bestowing these garments upon select bishops as early as the 6th century. Some scholars believe even earlier versions existed, with Christians wearing similar cloaked vestments in the 1st century. By the 9th century, the practice had become established, with all metropolitan bishops expected to wear the pallium within their territories. Another beautiful tradition connected to these vestments involves the very wool from which they are crafted. For generations, this custom tied to the pallia has roots reaching back to the 6th century. Each year on January 21st, the Feast of St. Agnes, 2 young lambs would be brought to the Basilica of St. Agnes for papal blessing. Following this ceremony, the Benedictine nuns of the Basilica of St. Cecilia would care for these lambs, eventually shearing their wool to weave the new pallia. While modern pallia still use lamb's wool, Pope Francis discontinued the lamb blessing tradition several years into his papacy. Pope Benedict XVI once beautifully explained the pallium's symbolism. During his inaugural Mass in April 2005, he described how the lamb's wool represents the lost, sick and weak sheep that the shepherd carries upon his shoulders, guiding them to life-giving waters. This imagery captures the essence of episcopal ministry, the calling to care for and guide the faithful with the same tender care a shepherd shows his flock.
There's always something brewing behind palace walls, whether it's Prince Harry and Meghan Markle making headlines from afar, or Prince William and Princess Catherine quietly preparing for the future throne. I'm Mark Francis, and on Palace Intrigue, we cover every twist, turn, whisper and wink. From royal drama to daily gossip, follow Palace Intrigue wherever you get your podcasts.
When the world's most powerful people go to war, we can't look away. Welcome to Feuds, Power, Pride, and Payback, the podcast tracking the explosive conflicts shaping our world right now. Presidential administrations fracturing, tech billionaires threatening government leaders, entertainment titans destroying partnerships with single social media posts. These aren't just headlines. They're windows into how power really works. We deliver daily episodes when news explodes, weekly deep dives for perspective. From Washington power struggles to Silicon Valley vendettas, we decode the psychology behind the drama. and reveal why these feuds matter far beyond entertainment. Feuds, power, pride, and payback. Today's conflicts are tomorrow's history. Available wherever you get your podcasts.
My name is Marcus Cole. I coordinated operations you'll never read about. January 2018, Tehran. We stole Iran's nuclear secrets from a warehouse in 6 hours. That heist began 7 years of shadow war that ended with Operation Rising Lion and a new podcast from Calaroga Shark Media. My brother died in 2002. I've been carrying his dog tags and calculating impossible decisions ever since, trading lives like variables in an equation. Every operation saves some people by destroying others. I keep a private file of everyone who died because of missions I planned, their names, their families, their dreams I helped destroy. This is the story of how we prevented nuclear war and what it cost us to become the monsters who saved the world. Operation Rising Lion, the new podcast from Calaroga Shark Media, available wherever you get your podcasts.